This Metaverse production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent no development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Joelives for more information. Warning: this podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment. It contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland. Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
I think Hello and welcome to the UDU Podcast. This is UDU number 79, presented by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, More Cheese, and me, Ben68. We're featuring co-host Uplando, Upland Puppet, Dak, Joelives, TheAgency, aka Rob, members from the Upland Development United Team, and of course, general Upland community members. Today's show is recording either on Tuesday the 6th or Wednesday the 7th of December, depending on where you're at. And today we'll be catching up on contemporary crypto, Upland and NFT news and events, and running through some of the highs and lows from the week that was and will be in and around the Upland Metaverse. Don't forget that you can get involved live by grabbing the link to the Metaverse Ventures Entertainment Discord server, which is in the description. And then keep your eyes out every Tuesday at about 6:15 p.m. UTC time when I drop the link to the Zoom, unless it's like today when I'm scrambling and mad running late. Cheese, you're a bit under the weather this morning. Are you there, Cheese?
See,
yes. All right. we won't pressure you too much today. You've got the deadly flu virus, or what's going on? Puffed out eyes and all sorts of horrid stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty gross and cool at the same time.
Gross and cool, does. All right, on this week's show, we'll catch up with what's happening in the Upland FIFA news, Spark Week, check in on the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Silent Reverse Auction, take a look at some of the new UDU MBE merch, and then we'll probably just wing it, including giving away 6,000 UPEX for the weekly challenge. And just like every week, today, one of our live participants will have their shot at the 1 million UPEX wheels. And reminder, to go into the running for the 1 million UPEX wheels, you need to be in the Zoom live at the start of the show for the snapshot. Need to be paying attention in the middle of the show. Actually, I'll give it away straight up. The code phrase or code word for today is FIFA Schmeefa. So that's for the 1 million UPEX wheels. And most importantly of all, you need to be here at the end when the wheels start rolling. The 1 million UPEX is guaranteed to go off in our Christmas show this year if it doesn't go off beforehand. And that'll be on show number 81 in 2 weeks. All right, let's get straight into some breaking badly news and take a look at what's happening in some of the crypto and Upland markets. Now, I've made a few changes to this week. If we can bring that up, and Zoom's going to do its thing. And I can't see what the hell I'm doing again. Yes, so you can see here, I've added a few different extra bits and pieces to this. I've patched in Cheese's Shiba, although it's all decimal places, so we'll just be going off the percentage. As far as Upland goes, actually, no, I'll start with the Bitcoin stuff. Like I said, I'm all over the shop today. We've got a 2.3% bounce up in the global market cap, now at $852 billion. And the Bitcoin dominance has taken a 1% jump to 38.3%. Upland stats are down 5.1% on the 90-day average transaction volume in UPEX, and also in the trading volumes down 5.6%. And I've patched in there from DAP Radar, unique active wallets. So over the last 7 days, we've had 77,640 unique active wallets. I think that's going to be kind of interesting to keep an eye on how that develops over time as well. Jumping back to crypto, not much happening. Engines had a boost, 5%. Polygon's up 7.8%. Avalanche, AVAX is up 8.6%. Everything else is pretty, I don't know.
Look at them Bronx down there.
Oh, you're skipping ahead. Yes.
Yeah, I know I'm bothering you.
Nah, not today. It's all good today. It's chaos
Oh.
mode today, so we can go anywhere.
Don't give me permission.
Yes. What do you get your eye on? What's stuck out?
I like the Bronx there. It's nice and green, just like Chicago. That's weird.
Chicago, maybe I'll flog that up. No, we went from $3.15 to $3.50, and I think the UPEX price last week was 5,500. That was from Mossy Jake's site. I think some of those figures get stuck because I went to UPX World and double checked this morning, and it's my figure 5,968. So yeah, not too sure about that last week's one. So don't put too much value into that. But yes, Bronx is up 13.6% on the UPX, was 9,500 up to 11,000. Rio, I guess somebody's been gobbling up the floor in Rio. It's still flat on the Dollaroos, but it's up from 3,200 UPEX to just under 4,000. So up 20%. Manhattan's getting smashed, down almost 8% and almost 10% for USD and UPX. And yes, there are a few people looking to cash out in San Francisco as well. So that's the floor there's now $11.75, and UPX is taking a little bit of a hit as well, down to 20,300. So, and Manhattan, look at that. Yeah, wow, 70,000. Yes, not much happening there. I'm liking how kind of stable the crypto is, but I'm hoping we've got some more red candles kicking in. You can see that, what have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 there marked green. That's because I've hit my bag targets. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Dollar cost averaging for the win, not financial advice. Do your own research. Now we don't have Dak for very long, so we might just blitz straight to you, Dak, if that's okay.
Hello.
Hey, bud.
All right. So there's not a lot of huge amount of information, but there are a couple of quick things that I wanted to kind of cover. One of the things that I noticed is players have started an escrow service to facilitate sales, mostly for cars and so forth. And so that's why I'm bringing it up here. In general, this is a good idea. If you have trusted services that are trying to help in kind of facilitating some of the transactions and minimizing theft of resources or assets, that's great. However, it's not a fail-safe. You are dealing with players, and players you may not know. So buyer beware. But it is good to see the community trying to figure out how to support, the safe purchasing of vehicles and assets. The next, I've had a couple of players or a few players talk to me about what they're working on, getting an MV Motors showroom, and the expectation is that you'll be able to buy and sell MV Motors in these showrooms through Upland, which does then make it one of the safer options. However, I have seen some BE shops and other things closed down by Upland for not paying their fees and so forth. Maybe Uplando can talk a little bit about what happens with shops that get closed down, what happens to their BEs or their assets. I expect that they are released back to the player, but there could be some very, very small risk there involved. So nothing is ever fail-safe, but obviously going through Upland and Upland sponsored meta ventures is always a good option. Next thing I want to bring up real quick is I'm Dreaming of a Wax Christmas is in full swing. This is the Portage Park racing event that we are doing. When I say we, I'm talking about Portage Park, UPEX World, and URL. There are some other surprise sponsors and parties involved. And so I think that you'll be able to kind of really enjoy what's happening there and what's going on. And it should be exciting for everyone involved. We have some surprises. The team at UPEX World is working up, the elves there are working up their magic, trying to create something kind of special. We talked about it last week. With Creedmoor, we had 12 spots auctioned. with Portage Park, we're going to do 24 spots. So it's going to be pretty big. And they're not the only one that is trying to do different kinds of racing type related events through UPX World. Obviously, URL is working on URL Arcade. And through that, we're sponsoring and working with other groups. One of those groups is out of Vegas. And so, you know, you will be hearing more about other events. If you haven't joined the Viva Las UPX, wait, what is, oh shoot, I messed that up. Sorry, guys. It is, yeah, Viva Las Upland. You might want to check out their server. They are doing some cool stuff, and they are in the middle of working a kind of a little arrangement to have an arcade style racing game through UPX World, which is associated with URL in a way. So there's still a lot of different kinds of elements while we wait on Upland to make racing available for players in the community through player created tracks. The community is getting creative on how to take advantage of the cross pollination of Upland and UPX World. Finally, I will kind of just add that what this is doing is there's a lot of speculation and a lot of different elements of people thinking about how to go into manufacturing, how to go into cars, how to get into kind of creating layer 2 options. UPX World is not the only one creating their own layer 2. I know that there's several other groups that are creating their own layer 2 experiences. Elijah from the Real Node LA, he has his own layer 2 experience that he's been building out and so forth. I think that there's a couple of others that have also been doing that. So one of the things that I started doing is, and this was just an organic thing that built out, is we're doing Speculation Friday on the Upland Cafe Discord channel. And we do it on Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern. Sorry for all of our friends on the other side of the world, but it's the only one that I could do. It's the only time I can do that on a regular basis. And even that is not always so regular. So, but for those that can make it, we're doing that. Maybe at some point, maybe we turn it into something that can be recorded and made available for others to listen to. But for now, it's just really, it really has been a small group of folks going in and talking about, you know, how to take advantage of Upland's future in a way that makes sense, and what people are doing and how they might be doing it or what they're looking at and so forth. No one is giving away trade secrets, but there is a lot of speculation and talk about what might be, how people look at the game, how people look at the platform, how people look at the investment, and so forth. So it's not financial advice. It might not even be game advice, but it is something to talk about.
So it's kind of like think tank style.
Exactly. And it's, you know, it's just players, and you got to take it with a grain of salt, right? It's just players talking about what they think and what they're dreaming about. And will it turn into anything? Maybe not, but a lot of the people who are, I mean, Elijah's in there a lot. We have a couple of other players that are in there quite a bit. And, you know, these are folks that are doing things, trying different stuff. I'm there. So yeah, you never know, you know, some of this might hit a nerve, might trigger an idea. And, you know, we might have the next great thing in Upland at some point, kind of thing. So it's Fridays at, it's Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I have no idea what time UTC.
Yeah, you mentioned something there about like MetaVentures closing and what happens. There's something buggy about that whole system. Like, we know once it closes, it still stays there with the icon, but that's also bled over into factories. Like, if you have a factory that was previously your designated MetaVenture factory, once you switch over, like Samurai Aquatics started in, well, that's weird actually, now that I think of it. Samurai Aquatics started with a small factory at 30 Aquavista Way. We moved to a different one in San Francisco, a small one, and I was able to demolish the old one and put up a showroom. But then that second factory, the second small factory, when we moved to the medium factory, I can't demolish that second factory. It just keeps saying whoops. And I know there's a bunch of the other outdoor decor better participants that are in the same position. Like they wanted to demolish their small factory, or even their medium factory, so they could put up a large one on that property. But for whatever reason, it can't be done at the moment. We keep asking about it in the chat. I don't know if Upland's just snowed under and they haven't gotten to it, but there's definitely something weird about that whole ex Metaventure thing. So
they probably are snowed under. You know, that FIFA Shmifa thing.
Yes, FIFA. Yes. All right. Thank you.
But yeah, that's kind of what I have for now. Racing is really kind of starting to evolve in layer 2. Everyone is waiting for layer 1. Oh, of course, there was the release of all of those cars. So many more people have R1s, whether it's R1s, R1Es, or R1Rs. One of the things I can say is that I am looking into figuring out how to start some kind of racing experience in Upland, kind of with sponsorships and rewards and all that, sometime in the new year, early in the new year, in Q1 2023. So racing in Upland, one way or another, will come through a URL in Q1 2023.
Awesome. All right, watch this space. And thank you again for jumping in today, even though you got a lot going on, mate.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. Over to you, Cheese, if you're there and if you're alive. What's happening in Upland?
Oh my God, so much. Uplando.
Save the cheese.
Save me.
I love it. And I love the Mar cheese. I just recognize that on the name. I don't know. That could be, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Yeah, as Dak had said, yeah, a little bit of got the FIFA fog going on right now. There's so much FIFA going on, but hey, news in Upland. There hasn't been a lot of official news going on in Upland. The thing that I think that is even that we're filling in for news in the community, since there's not a lot of news. Now, if you haven't checked in your in-game dashboard, top left-hand side, your current block explorer, if you click on that, click on the little pencil on your icon, you're going to maybe see a couple of turkeys that have shown up. If you did a turkey chase and you were out collecting turkeys, you're going to possibly see that you have one of the two, either the standard one or the football turkey. They have not, to the best of my knowledge, been tokenized yet. So, but hey, 500 and 1,500 respectively of those maybe start showing up in Block Explorer shops. And then to segue over into that, the question had been raised about what happens when a shop, a Metaventure shop, such as a Block Explorer shop, legit shop, closes. If you do visit one of those shops and you click on it, it does say error. The shop has been closed due to unpaid venture dues. Please check back after a later time to shop the inventory. So what's interesting about that is that maybe there's a grace period, or that they have a time to otherwise pay the back dues. And then when does that dues or the back dues become where they actually remove it from off of Upland as a shop? Or does somebody have the ability to take it over? Early on, and Ben knows this, as we were in beta, this was going to be something that you could literally do that. You could have your shop that you had earned, you could lease it out and somebody else could run that shop for you. You could still have ownership of it. That was some early ongoings and talk. I don't know if that's going to be it going forward. In terms of being able to deconstruct structures like a factory or a showroom of that nature, I don't know where that mechanic is and why that has been an issue. So we'll see as that becomes, or some of us become more enlightened to that, or the question gets answered to see what happens. So the other part of this, we have seen what was otherwise a little bit of a, I don't know if this was as much as a shocking revelation. I still don't understand the thinking on this. It is the otherwise multi-accounters or people that have the thought that this is not a blockchain game and the things that they do aren't going to be seen. I mean, it's just the news. We see people go into Alcatraz all the time. We had somebody who was very, we'll say, prominent, that was very spoken, and they wind up, I mean, you're talking about chief executive with 170 mil plus UPEX net worth, wind up in the Huskow. So this is not hard to track down, especially when the names are like, this is just making up a name, like Clarence 01 and then the Clarence 05. You know, it's not hard to track down who these people are and what's going on and happen. So immune to no one, if you're doing this and you wind up in the clank, always interesting to see what they have to do to get out of and, reestablish themselves. Now, some people get thrown in the clank for reasons that they shouldn't be. Banana. So, if you get out, then you're good to go. If not, you spend a little time, you get out, you're supposed to be reformed. We'll see how that goes. Ongoing in what we are in the second week of December. Quickly, starting to close out this month. We've got a holiday in this, which looks to be, some people could even make it a 4 or 5 day holiday all in. But Upland probably has everything that they've scheduled is already on and ready to go. It's already on the whiteboard. Everybody knows in the internal team what's coming. That could be Block Explorers. That could be another Spark Week. That could be an MV motor sale, whatever that might be. Two of the things that I found very interesting and to put this on top of some of what Dak had been saying was the very interesting part of this was in the X1's update, Upland update. He spoke of racing and that looking to be a part of this that was going to unfold somehow. On top of this, there had been some speculation as to, well, what does that mean for Block Explorers? Will we actually start to be able to taking the course of having a Block Explorer go through some kind of driving school or some kind of accreditation to have stats on the Block Explorer that will help you in this driving part or in this racing part for what we're doing? To be seen. We shall see how that goes and rolls out. Outside of that, we have a pretty, lazy river ride to the first part of this outside of FIFA. I mean, we don't have any other spectacular announcements that otherwise is the FIFA on into what would be otherwise the 18th. And then, of course, we have the leaderboards for buying up these legits to try and get yourself a property over there in Qatar that is by the stadium, and then ongoing for the special award. You're getting the Lusail Stadium or the MV Motors with the special trim, so forth and so on. But I did see something pop up. Now, I try to keep my eye as much as I can on the roadmap. It's upland.me/roadmap. I saw a couple things that may have been there already, but it's new to me. And one of the biggest things is under the category of metaverse mechanics. If you look at the very bottom of that list, you will see immersive experiences have popped up. So the title is Immersive Experiences, and it's Q1 2023. It says it's in progress. The other thing is first person form, FPF. I've not heard this terminology before, but it's Q4 2022. Those have dates on them and the quarter of it. So this is very interesting to me to see these pop up. And I don't know if this was something that they had just started to, okay, we're here at this time. Some of the things that I haven't seen progress as much as I would like to. Home experiences are still on a short log. Spark Exchange still on a short log. So interesting kind of progression in what this is. So kind of a bummer, but I see some of these haven't been updated as well. We'll see how this continues along. The Meta Ventures, we're looking for what otherwise would be, of course, these showrooms that, yes, there has been problems with MV Motors. If you're going over to buy, sell, trade, shill in these assets, in this channel, you've got to make sure you're dealing with the right person. There's some fraud to be had over there, and it kills us when this happens. So know who you're dealing business with, get some references, so forth and so on. Outside of that, Structure Ornament Shops Q4 2022. Let's see if that gets announced as a meta venture for people to be able to actually at least apply for this. And then we'll see if we can get the rest of the football legits awarded for shop owners, and then the showrooms open so we can start dealing in these MV Motors. But outside of that, Ben or Cheese, any questions or anything else that you wanted me to follow?
Well, there's a few things to touch on there that you mentioned. What do you think about, like, this time last year, like, it was all user-generated content, structure ornaments. That was a whole big rage. It doesn't appear that we're going to have anything like that. So perhaps the structure ornaments meta venture, perhaps that'll come in as the kind of Band-Aid solution almost.
Yeah, it's interesting that we haven't seen as many contests that would have these structure ornaments or actual structures, but that would be the thought. The structure blueprint shops, the structure ornament shops, those types of things. That would be where we would want it to go. It would be Uplander created content and the assets to be able to sell. as the Decor has. What I found interesting is that they have the secondary market. I think that they're slowly introducing that so that there's more secondary market that's a little bit safer. I hope that that's the case scenario. We have seen people that are buying up a little bump in the secondary market for Decor so that they could open up these shops and sell these as a secondary market. Again, that's interesting because of how long it takes to produce the Decor and getting it out there. I think it's cart before the horse. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're still waiting for our Halloween sign to be approved. And yeah, we submitted things to Outdoor Decor for Christmas kind of holiday season, and that's nowhere to be seen. So yeah.
Quite the bummer. And I haven't seen any notification or word on what's going to happen for, we had two, mind you, we had an artist profile, Jackie Sy, for Halloween. And then we had a standard sale of those block explorers as well. I asked community manager, was very direct and said, hey, structure ornaments, second week, December, let's go. We need to get our ornaments that we have participated in purchasing these up and be able to decorate our homes. I mean, if you're anywhere in most parts of the world that celebrate the upcoming holiday season, the lights are up, the decorations are sparkling. So we want to do so here on our Metaverse.
All right, and I've got one last segue to get over to you. Now, you did mention the Turkey Block Explorers. Well, you're not going to believe this. It appears that my luck has changed, and I followed your instructions and clicked on my pencil, and lo and behold, is that it on the bottom right there? That weird-looking turkey?
Have yourself a turkey. Look at you. Congratulations.
And you know what? I did one turkey hunt. One.
Wow.
I did one hunt and I was like, 500 UPEX. I couldn't even be bothered doing any more of these. So yeah.
Very nice. So if they're tokenized, and this would be what is called granted. So when the block explorers have been awarded to players that have won these officially, you'll get what's called granted. That's a granted. Now, if you go in to look at the asset, what's been tokenized, if you close this out, Ben, and then you were to go into the three dots at the bottom of your screen.
That was a screenshot on mobile.
Screenshot. Yep. Okay, good enough. You'll see them there, and that would be the 1 to 500, 1 to 1500. Of course, the three, what otherwise people designate as special, would be the first mint, number 1, the middle mint, which would be the 750. Is that right? Yeah, on the 1500, and then the closer mint at 1500. That would be the special ones.
Nice. And now, once that gets tokenized, and if say I wanted to sell that, where would it be a good place for me to go?
I happen to know this place in Fresno, California. That's the place you want to be. That's where you could go in to Uplando's shop. Of course, that's mine. And then you, as a sub-merchant, can list that block explorer. Here's the thing that I would highly encourage anyone who's doing any listing. It doesn't matter what type of asset it is. If you have access to the shop owner, which you should either in Discord right now, we don't have communication in game, wink, wink, nod, nod, hint, hint, beg, beg. Can we please get some communication in game so that we can otherwise communicate with each other? Would be nice. Team of Upland. Then you communicate with the shop owner because they have their finger on the pulse of what's going on. They see what sells and what doesn't. They have people asking about certain things, and they may be able to place these items. The nice thing about this is, and I want to make sure that people understand this mechanic, having this reservation mechanic in game doesn't mean that the shop owner is the only one that can reserve something. So let's say that, Joe wanted to put a block explorer up for cheese. Joe could go over to Fresno at Uplando's and submit it through the sub-merchant account and then reserve it for the player more cheese. And that's a way that then this can be done in that escrow type of way, right? It's a cool way to do that because it allows the player to do these reservations for these pieces. Now, there could also be the washing of assets. And this is the Breaking Badly podcast. We do some things there, but I don't want to be in that business, so to speak. But hey, some people may want to do a little washing of their assets. So that's where it could get abused. I don't know. You shall see. I've seen a lot of giveaways and a lot of contests where people have asked me to do so. That's understandable. However, yep, you can go over and do that. And then anything else, Ben?
Well, I was just going to say, on the Metaverse Billionaires channel, and a fellow Aussie who puts out some content, he mentioned, I think in the clip I watched yesterday, he was ranking the different Metaverse things, and he was saying that, And I think he was referring specifically to Upland, where it's a bit rich for them to call themselves a metaverse without any P2P in-game or in-app communication. So that was an interesting take.
It's the one thing that we've been waiting for. Now, during that Upland update, that was the other piece. X1 did say in-game communication. He made a point to talk about the racing evolving from the alpha into whatever it's going to be and the communication. If they get that before end of year, all next year, and I'll say it here. I've been saying this for a little while now, and people have been saying it forever. Utility. That is the word for 2023. There has got to be more option for utility, no matter what it is. This will invigorate the base of players that aren't actively in the game, but are keeping their eyes and are on the sidelines. It also starts to prop up the otherwise secondary markets for properties, and otherwise these other players that have layer 2. Once you can start to leverage every asset that you have in Upland, said it before, 2 block explorers, a legit, some type of ornament, something else, and a property for one of your this. Those are all things that are going to really kind of prop up the game. And then the communication part of this. If there's bad actors, block that bad actor. They don't get to be a bad actor anymore. We need those types of things. Let's hope that Upland listens, and let's hope that we have those things in 2023.
Yes, well, if 2022 was all about laying foundations and construction, I think you're right. 2023 has to be about some utility.
Yep.
All right. Now we've got, it looks like we've got our win of the week sorted. I got myself a turkey. It looks like Cheese, Jazz, and was Joe as well? No, Shaq all got 2 turkeys each. So well done. All right, Uplando, are you sticking around this week for the 1 million UPEX wheels, or are you bailing out?
I'm going to try and do so. And one last thing I did want to make mention for the Upland Cafe, 21st, 22nd, 23rd is going to be that week of holiday cheer. It's those 3 days is what we're doing. And for something that we had decided to do, we've done the OG mugs that we had started with, and then those turned into the holiday mugs. We have defined the NFT that will be given out to people that are there, and some other special ones. It has been created by More Cheese and D-Tech, and it is flat out spectacular. It is amazing. I am absolutely over the moon about it. There was some, we tapped Angela to craft and create part of it, and then D-Tech did the other. So you're going to get this is a collaboration that I, of course, you get to see every day in Samurai Aquatics, but this one is a first for us here, where we've had both of them work on a GIF, and this is one that's going to be turned into an NFT, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, there you have it.
Can't wait. Alrighty, thank you for that.
Yeah, good stuff.
We got the Upland puppet in the house. Are you there, mate? With the nerd report. How you going?
Good afternoon, evening, and good morning. It's me, the Upland puppet. How's it going, everybody?
Good, buddy.
Good. I jumped around as per usual in Upland this week, and sorry, I had to stop. I have to say this. I didn't get any turkeys. How many of you got 2 turkeys? This is ridiculous. I love turkey.
Oh, I didn't get 2. I got 1.
Oh, I feel better. All right, Ben, at least you got 1. Anyways, moving on. I stopped by Rio. I took a little flight, and I jumped by the water over there and looked at Monero. I had to look that up a few times. I don't want to murder these names anymore. And so when I stopped by this place, this is actually a group in this area. It's the IDA, the International Development Association is what they call the group. They plan at some point, well, I'll get into that a little bit later, but they started out in Rio, and they plan to go international at some point with this node. That is where they're based, where they started. That's the only place they're located at this point. They did want me to say that, though. Their goal is to become international, like I said, with a membership. They're looking to span the globe and to make their community of dedicated players with an active leadership team. IDA was very welcoming, is a very welcoming community and has a screening process in place for its new members. They screened every applicant in order to weed out the bad players, which is, I think that's going on a little bit more and more in Upland now. As well as everybody else on here, probably had to deal with a couple of bad players. We were talking about the vehicles earlier. I am still timid to sell my vehicles at this point. I have two that I don't want to hold on to, and they're basically just sitting in my wallet because, I don't want to get burned in that aspect. In fact, every time I go into the car area in this server for Upland, I see notes to watch out for this person or that person. Moving on. Anyways, so once you're accepted, you can purchase a property. They own all of the properties and they hold them on the secondary market. And from talking to the old node manager, what they are doing is they're going to offer a lower price. And again, I'll hit that in a second. There are 646 properties in Monero, and 90% of those are ownership acquired now by the node. They are 35% completion with buildings. They have one large showroom and they have a second one in the works at this point. And they also have built a factory with the node. And they have this factory, they are calling this factory decentralized at this point because they are doing their voting. They plan on voting for what's going to be produced at this factory. They plan to grow their community a little bit more with members that are approved for the entry price. And right now they're sitting at about 99K. The community votes every 2 months, and they get together to do this voting. As a group, they actually lowered last month's price to try to stimulate some growth of new players. IDEA, they want you to know that they're here for the long term. They have some very nice properties over there as well. When I was listening, and you guys know I do like to go and check out these areas. It's all I actually do. It's why I'm good for this position. But when I was listening to the manager here, I actually went and bought a property, and unfortunately, I bought one right on the water too. So I'm a little bit broke right now. But I mean, it like I said, it's a nice area. I did want to say too, when these guys first started, this was one of the first groups that I heard that got together before the area was released. Unfortunately, I didn't hear anything about that. And when they got together, they went and just tackled this area by themselves. And it was very well executed.
That's I think straight out of the UDU playbook, that one. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And to do it this late in the game, I mean, I have to give them credit to do this. So I also read something too in Upland's chat early on when these guys got together, and they said that the shape of the node is like a whale. And if you do look at the outline of the whale, it's awesome. And this little tail on the end where all of the houses are right on the water. Yeah, this is a really, really cool location. And again, I do like to jump around on the values here. And this is a little higher priced, but I mean, why not? Why not go for luxury when you're out here? But anyways, the prices do stay. I've watched this one for a little while. They do stay around 100K to get into this node. So, and I do want to mention the players. When I did ask for the key players and the founders and the creators, they basically said that everybody involved in the node is a founder, a key player. So it is a small list of only 6 people. So UStag, our very own Shacklin is on this list. Jamin Sui, you probably heard some of these names: Obey, Relics 27, and Nikai. So it's a small group. They've got some great buildings going on there. There's a couple of meta ventures going on. You can take a look at all the vehicles that are in this small area. And I expect to see really good things for this place. But with that being said, I couldn't sit here and just think about all these turkeys. And I'm really not happy about this. You know, whose favorite meal is turkey? It's Marty. Yay! He doesn't have anything to say today. He heard his voice. He did karaoke all weekend. So I apologize about that. But yeah, he wanted to make an appearance, but sorry, guys. I don't know. I'm out.
All right. Thank you. Wow, he is out, literally. All right. Thank you for that. Yes, go on over and check out all the cool things that are happening in Monero.
Sorry, Ben, he hit the button there. I didn't mean to do that to you.
That's all right, man. It's all good. You know,
Yeah, Monero, seriously, check it out. It's absolutely awesome.
Cool. Thank you, buddy. Boys, are you there for what's going on with NFTs?
So yeah. I love that Monero is like, you know, privacy coin too.
Yes,
I don't know but that's cool. Okay, so welcome to the 12th edition of
Drop It Like It's Hot. Drop It Like It's Hot.
Nice.
Thank you so much. First mentionable is Wednesday, 1900 UTC, 11 PST. We got Skate Coin and Brett Blackberg collaboration. So we have the Skate Coin we mentioned last week meets comic book artist Brett Blackberg. For 2 wax, you can get the a 3D artistic spinning skate wheel. I really like this project and its quality. The link will be below. The price is right. The edition size is 60, so not too many. Get them while they're hot.
All right. So the next drop is a drop by drop. Drop with 2 P's. Now, drop is where all the Funkos are dropped. So that's a lot of drops I dropped in that sentence. But seriously, that is where you buy the Funko packs. And they are coming out with their own release called the Drop Monsters. Each one is its own separate thing. There's no 2 alike. It looks okay. They're kind of cute, a little generic, but it seems a little late as far as monsters go, considering Halloween just ended. But it still looks pretty good. The other thing that's coming up that I want to make sure I let everyone know is that on December 13th, which is next Tuesday, and it'll be right in the middle of this show, right at 11 o'clock, California time, they're doing an Elf Funko drop. I got so excited. I started doing the elf dance, saying how much I love smiles. Rob had no idea what I was talking about, and I was so disappointed in him. But he has seen Elf, but clearly is not a huge fan like myself. I love that movie. I think it's become a Christmas classic. It's one of the movies I enjoy watching every season, like Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, Charlie Brown, among others. And yes, I'm including Die Hard. So there is the monster drop from them today. And then more importantly, next Tuesday, there will be the Elf drop. Hey, buddy, I hope you find your dad. I actually might pony up and get one of the redeemables if it's not too crazy overpriced for this one.
Yeah, that'd be really good. And hey, it's been a while, so I will refresh this holiday season on Elf. Anyway, I'm also interested to see the process go down for the redeemable since we haven't done that yet. The next drop, Saturday, 1600 UTC, 8 a.m. PST, we have a Corporate World, which is an NFT collectible card game. You enter a workplace like no other. Beazle Boss's unique aura has corrupted the longtime employees and morphed them into worse versions of themselves. Even objects in the office become sentient, having a mind of their own. Ben, where's my stapler?
Okay, next one is Gemland, and Gemland is a new game on Wax, and they're having drops today for ships and Thursday for modifiers. I had no idea what either of those were or really much about Gemland. I tried to get involved with Gemland. I bought some premium keys and an elf named Diana, but as of this morning, I'm still having issues getting everything in and playing. It's definitely kind of cool. I checked it out. I went on their Discord and asked a couple questions, and a few Uplanders welcomed me and said they would help me later today. So, you know, that's one thing that's awesome about this community. There's just so many helpful people. Whenever you want to check something out, there's usually a Uplander who you kind of have a camaraderie with that you can kind of have them help you out. So that's really cool. So here's a brief breakdown of the game from what I understand. It's a mining game. It's based kind of Lord of the Rings style type lore. You choose between 3 types of characters: elves, dwarves, or humans. There are tools, ships for getting supplies around. There's dragons, banks, and mines. I need to do a lot more homework on this one, and we'll follow up later to let you know if it was worth it. I will say that right after this game launched, it was hacked and had a huge issue, which is a fairly common thing in this space, unfortunately. But the uncommon thing is this project actually made a huge comeback, which I said is very uncommon. So I think this game is promising, but you may want to wait till my next report to actually dive in.
All right. On Saturday, 12/10, 1800 UTC, 10 a.m. PST. With Christmas being just around the corner, we got Futures Relic release the third part of their Xmas trailer. A little bit about their project is they are creating filmmaking experiences through NFTs. Get into the role play, gather corresponding pieces, and get ready to assemble them. Also, it's like an NFT video puzzle, I guess, and you have to complete the clip. I like this concept, and I think it'd be a neat idea for like a major motion picture to do also. I guess all the different ideas we can do with NFTs, I mean, it's really endless. So it's just one of the main reasons I love NFTs. And that concludes today's segment of
Dropped it like it's hot. Dropped it like it's hot.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, I was late. Sorry.
You're always on time.
Nice. I can't believe you didn't put Bad Santa in the mix there, Joe. What's going on? That's got to be my favorite Christmas movie.
Oh, bad. I saw Puppet said Home Alone. That is also a classic.
Yes.
So good. Joe Pesci with, oh, man.
Yes. All right. There's a few there to keep your eyes on. And yeah, I do have a bit of wax myself, so I'll have to pick up some. Funko's going to get some more of my wax, it appears. All right, where are we up to? Wine and Cheese in the Metaverse show update for episode 62 on our sister podcast. It was a fun one. We talked about some recent events in Upland, but it was mostly just Cheese clawing her face, laughing at me, and playing devil's advocate as I ranted, raved, and whined about a few things. We also did some pack openings for the Portage Park Portage on Wax NFT drop. We talked about BMW and Fiat gearing up in the Metaverse, the spread of sport in the Metaverse, the NFL getting in bed with Fortnite, which was interesting, Animoca's $1 billion Metaverse fund, Polygon getting involved in the Metaverse, Italy doing a weird thing where now that they can summon you to court via an NFT. We talked about some of the stuff going on with NFT royalties. Mozilla apparently acquired a very interesting company called Active Replica. Coinbase was going to war with Apple over tax on gas. The EU had a very expensive Metaverse party that was fizzled, and Cheese and I were just roaring laughing at that one. And my old mate, he's back. He's back in my good books. The old Zuck. He got the hiccups while displaying some really awesome tech that kind of blew my mind. And the Meta platform predicted a 3 trillion Metaverse economy by 2031. Oh, and Morchie's at the end, she also outlined how she dumped a huge whopper, I should say, into her fridge that she was going to eat later, apparently. So yes, that was a good episode, that one.
I was going to pound it.
Yes. So yeah, you might want to go and check out the show for more context on that one. Make sure you listen at 2x speed, please. Get yourself used to it. Anything else been happening in the MBE this week, Cheese?
I've been wasting away playing Ark with my friends. We go in there in the voice channel, and what? I don't know, Ben. You said you weren't gonna throw to me. I'm sick.
I know.
Leave me
Sorry.
alone.
It was just in my notes, and I was going through it. Sorry. All right, we'll move on to Samurai Aquatics and Decor updates. We have the factory has started pumping out the dragon fountains. If you remember back a few weeks ago, that won our vote to be the feature of our next sales wave. So yes, not sure when that's going to go live. It might be right towards maybe the last week of December, or to be probably we'll hold off until everything settles down a bit in mid-January, but we'll see how we go. As for the Surfing Samurai statue #1 silent reverse auction, boy, that's a mouthful. Maybe I can bring up if I did this correctly. Yes, we are currently at day number 6. And look at D-Tech spinning around there. Hello, D-Tech. There you go, mate. You there? No, he is, but he's not. I talked to him and then he ran away. All right, day number 6 for the reverse auction. We've had Mint number 10 is sold. Mint number 9 sold. Mint number 8 and 7 is sold. Currently available at 30 Aqua Vista Way, San Francisco. Mint number 6 is 200K. And then 5 is 300K, 400K, 500, all the way up to mint number 1 is currently available at 700,000 UPEX. Yes, every 24 hours, it's about 7 p.m. my time, which is in, I don't know, about 14 hours from now. Every 24 hours, the prices drop 100K until we hit the base of 200K. So mint number 6, for example, it's not going to go lower than 200K. That is the base price for all of the future. Doesn't matter if it's mint number, no, it can't be 480 because there's only 200 mints. Doesn't matter if it's mint number 200 or mint number 160. They're all going to be 200K as the base price. So yeah, you can actually go and get yourself mint number 6 right now. Mint number
Hello.
5. Oh, he is here. Hey.
Hi.
How you going? Are you all better? What's going on?
Oh, I'm not. I'm sick like cheese.
Oh no. Not good. All right. What's Marty up to? What are you up to, Marty? What do you got your eyes on? Mint number 6. Are you FOMOing? You're going to FOMO into mint number 6, 200K?
Oh, excuse me, I dropped something.
Yeah, I love every one of them, Ben. They're absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. Surfing Samurai, really heck, even to say that phrase is amazing. Hey, I'm going down to get some Surfing Samurais.
Nice. All right.
Thank you.
Check
So
check is in the mail, I assume.
Thank you. Yes, the usual pay, Ben. I'll come back Tuesday.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry, I dropped my pen. Thing rolled off my desk. Apologize. Sorry, guys.
All right, so that's what's happening with the Summer Aquatics. We already touched on the win of the week. We patched that in as the turkeys. The wine of the week, I put that down as same as the code phrase for the 1 million UPEX. Well, it's FIFA Schmeefa, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Hey, Ben.
Yes.
Can I throw in some maybe breaking news? I don't know if this is
absolutely.
breaking or not, but I'm just getting this now, and people are sending this to me. People are getting an email, and some of you may already been getting this. It could be completely out in the open, and I just don't know this. But it says, congratulations for your participation in the Fall Turkey Chase. You are one of the winners from the Fall Turkey Chase Block Explorer giveaway, which means you won a Fall Turkey Chase Block Explorer. Now, however, you will need to complete the KYC process to claim your Block Explorer. Please be sure to complete the process by Tuesday, December 13th, 11:59 p.m. PT. Your Block Explorer will be delivered shortly after your identity has been verified. Has anybody seen this? This is new to me. I've never seen this occur where you entered into a contest and that now you're having a KYC. This could help to also thwart the multi-accounting and to have that. So you're only distributing one of these Block Explorers. Like I said, again, if you're clearance 01, clearance 02, clearance 03, that might be the case. What do you think? Thoughts on this, anybody?
I'm just looking through my spam folder and I'm not seeing an email.
Well,
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I like
People
it too.
are gonna give me hate mail, but
No, because well, if you're KYC'd already, like you are, then
yes.
you wouldn't need to hit this. So this would be going out specifically to people that have not KYC'd, and I'm with Cheese on this. I do think this is a good direction.
Cheese, you love it? You think you're going to get hate mail, though?
last time we did a show saying that we were for the KYC, we got a comment or two on the YouTube thing, and people were talking about it in general chat, like, "Oh, you don't want to KYC."
Not good. Hold on one sec. Marty actually said that he likes KYC.
He likes KYC. I like Marty.
Yeah, not me. No, I hate it. No, I'm kidding. I love it. I think it's an awesome thing. I mean, let's fish them all out. Eventually, they're going to get fished out. Let's get rid of them. The earlier, the better for all of us.
Hell yeah.
Yep, I concur. Absolutely.
Except if it's our wife's phone. We'll just add that part.
Yes. All right. Thank you for that, Uplando. Yeah, that is interesting to see that take on things. I won't throw the cheese for Bronxtown unless you want to chime in, but for Midtown Terrace, yeah, last week we were triggering me at 79.9% constructed, but yes, we have ticked over currently at 80.8%, all built out in Midtown Terrace. So again, massive thank you to the UCC and UDU teams, and of course, all the UCC stakers who helped build out Midtown Terrace. It's looking very awesome. Can't wait to get some Christmas ornaments, structure ornaments put up on it, as Uplando was mentioning. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Come on, Upland, you can do it. Let's see how we go. Right, that's all I've got. What do we got? Code phrase, FIFA Schmeefa. I've touched on that. Let's roll through this. Oh, that one of the points I've got down is the next big thing that's probably on the way is the Spotlight Mementos. I know Shaq's in the Zoom. Shaq, are you there and able to talk about that? The whole Spotlight Mementos? I'm just throwing you on the spot there. Apologies.
Hey there.
How are we doing?
Yeah, good. So what's the question?
Spotlight Mementos. What's all that about? As somebody, I've seen you're pretty high up on the fan score list. So are you all about those?
Oh, I was just about the competition and the investment angle. I think if I get a good spotlight, it could be valuable and might justify the money that I threw at this. So it's a gamble, but yeah, that's the thinking. So basically, you should be able to change your passes for mementos soon, really soon, like this week. And the way that it works is the higher fan score you have, the better your chances, supposedly, of getting a good like spotlight or something valuable. Oh. And so they've structured it purportedly so that it all works together in a way that makes people buy as much as possible, which I think is really smart of them.
Absolutely. And there are
not only is
sorry, go ahead.
So not only is there the competition that awards you for having a high fan point score, where you can win some awesome things like property in the World Cup Village, but the higher fan score you have, the better chance of getting something really good when you exchange your passes. And so I'm hoping for a really good spotlight.
Yes. Now, there are a few people who have decent fan scores who are offering to be agents for, to swap these over for you on your behalf to try and help you get a better thing. As we mentioned with the stuff going on with cars, if you are going to pursue that path, just make sure you're working with somebody that you know and trust. There has been talk of that internally within the UDU. It's one of those things too where, yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to lend my passes out for these sort of things. I just want some transparency, even though you trust these people or whatever. I think it's pretty easy to record a Zoom or something as you do this, and then there can be no drama on the back end. Like suddenly, well, I lent you my passes and I didn't get any cool spotlights, but suddenly your account's all filled with all of these cool spotlights. So just be aware of that too. All right. How about yourself? Well, maybe I shouldn't throw you on the spot like that. I'll follow that up in DM. I'll leave it at that. Thank you, Shaq.
Yeah, thanks.
Alrighty, so yeah, make sure if you've got some passes. The other option too is if you're somebody who's not really keen on gambling and you don't like your chances, well, probably now is the time to get out there and flip them. I know Cheese has been selling up a storm with the FIFA stuff, so I don't know what passes are going for. I think when I checked last time, passes were going for between 12 and 50K, depending on whether they're VIPs or platinums or finals and this, that, and the other thing.
I have a silly question, Ben.
Yes, mate.
I do not know anything about the FIFAs. Does anybody know, or this would probably be a good idea for the listeners too, somebody to reach out who might have some knowledge of this, a service that might be offered at a percentage, just so I know I'm not getting hosed when I go to sell them. I actually offloaded like 5 or 6 of them, and I have no idea if I've got taken for a ride. But just a question. I think that would be an interesting service if not available.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing that I'm aware of. So that the conversations that I have had about it, I've just, I've made it clear that I want transparency. I mean, ideally, whoever I loaned my passes to run for the swaps, we'd be in a Zoom call and I'd be watching them live via, share screen. I'd be watching them live do it. That would be.
I'm sorry. I just need to add. I did sell them to you, Stag. So no, I didn't get hosts. But I'm saying it as a general. Please don't listen to this page.
Yes, yeah, but it's a good point though. Yeah, make sure that you know who you're working with, and even then, it's. Yeah, I could just foresee a lot of drama coming out of it.
Right.
And yeah, it drives people crazy the lengths that I go to try and front end to the what do you call it, the no drama aspect. So we'll see how we go, because
I have a quick question.
Yeah,
maybe so let's say you have a pass. Let's say the pass is 1 of 100, mint 1 of 100. When you exchange it for a memento, does the memento or spotlight, is it also titled 1 of 100, or does it take on a new mint number?
Yeah, that was interesting. And I was going to ask after you said, I was going to also ask, I have 2 passes. I wonder, do you know what the letters mean on there?
Yeah, that's you mean like group
I
A?
think I did group E or something. Yeah. Oh, so I see it starts at A. See, there's a lot of unknowns with this stuff, I would imagine.
Well, with the World Cup, right, there's like group A's through H, and that's the various countries that are grouped together to play.
Oh,
and
wow. Okay.
All of those have already taken place. And so that's what that was.
Okay.
Those are just, every single title of a pass has to do with a type of like round that, like, like quarterfinal, semifinal, final. It's just part of the World Cup and how it's structured.
I did not want to sell those just because they looked a little more interesting than the other items.
Okay.
I did FOMO into a pile of crates though.
As did many of us. Yeah, as for the mint numbers, I think they'll take on a new life because there'd be completely different rarities involved, I would imagine.
Okay, so video transparency of the exchange would be really important then.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. And ideally, like I said, make it a live thing, ideally, if not, recorded for sure.
Right. Okay.
Alrighty. So yeah, I put down FIFA Schmeefa. I guess what I was referring to there, when we did like a kind of a council thing on the One Chi show to talk about FIFA when that news first dropped, and we were just like, especially myself, were pretty gobsmacked that they could pull off such a huge deal. But it doesn't seem to have changed anything. Like, we're not seeing, definitely in the markets, we're not seeing anything. Haven't seen like a massive influx of Discord people even, or, the daily active users doesn't seem to have taken much of a boost. At the end of the day, has it really done anything? I mean, it gets the word out there a bit, but I don't know. What do you think? Has anybody noticed a bump in any of the stats or anything? New people about? I certainly haven't seen that.
I forget where I heard this, but I did hear somewhere that FIFA released a website with all of their affiliated NFT projects, and Upland was not listed on that. I think that some things like that might have helped out the process with bringing traffic. But no, I did not notice an increase in sales or anything along those lines due to FIFA. I did notice a lot of talk of a sport I'm not very much involved with, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I for somebody who's not into football, I hear a lot. It just keeps popping up on Upland right now. So I want to get back to properties.
Yeah, it seems very like the NFLPA deal. It seems very one-sided. Like, we did have through the week, Lisette put up the community engagement flash challenge because the FIFA's official gaming account featured Upland, FIFA, the World Cup partnership on their social accounts, Instagram, TikTok, something like that. I don't do Instagram or TikTok, so I didn't follow up on that. Did anybody follow up on that?
I did
think
not,
it was
but
go ahead, Puppet.
sorry, I did check out World of Football though, and on their main page, they actually have a banner of Upland in the background of the game itself. And what was also interesting with that was I did get a pop-up to log into my Epic Games account. I don't know if that's anything to do with it or not, but if I'm just saying if they did get to be hosted on Epic Games and they had Upland in the background of their main sign-in screen, that would be an interesting thing for us.
How about you, Uplander? Have you noticed anything in the cafe or the general vibe
Of increase in new people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was as prevalent as it was when we saw the advertising that they did, the marketing around New York and things of that nature. We had a lot of influx of people. It's been a little bit slower, as it were, but I have seen more people in, and we have had some new people in the cafe. I will say this, just announced another bit of breaking news. This happened earlier today. This is from X1 the Gamer. In-game communication is on its way. We will have an announcement in the coming weeks. Stay tuned. And that was earlier today. So I do suspect that they will have the first, version of in-game communication before the end of this December. That's huge. I can already foresee, I feel like I've looked in the crystal ball. I feel like I've been in the future. And I can say this, no matter what it is, it probably won't meet the expectations of what we have in our minds. Yeah. So take that with a grain of, it could be as simple as 244 characters. You can talk to each other back and forth. It could disallow you to have naughty words said in there. And it may even have some auto timeout features or something of that nature. So even if you're testing this, be careful when you're testing it. I'll ask some questions because you could, non-purposefully get yourself otherwise timed out or off of the platform if you're testing the parameters of this.
And we are still in beta. So the whole, when it first comes online, it's liable to be buggy and who knows, all the rest of it. It's interesting that you mentioned the naughty words. I know Cheese and I were trying to put up, it wasn't last week, it might have been the week before, the Wine and Cheese Show description. It had some innocuous word in there that was getting flagged. It does appear that Upland has put a lot more words on their flagged list for the Discord.
Yes, so, that is happening. And some of the links are also not allowed anymore exterior. So a little bit of wrenching down, but we shall see how that goes. In terms of what we have for the new player base, I think that we may see that as this program continues on. There has been talk, this is completely speculation, other partnerships, maybe in the racing industry, could be F1 or something of that nature. We have seen some other, hopefully STEM and other things, but I think the reinvigoration of the base of players coming back into the game would be more likely what we see rather than a huge marketing push. I would see that probably second quarter 2023, like we did see for New York in that first marketing push.
Gosh, F1 would send me broke. But yeah, I'm hoping we get a partnership that's all about the partnership, not just one of these kind of signed a deal and away you go and do your own thing with it sort of thing. We haven't had somebody out there, championing what Upland is all about.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, moving on as we start to wrap up the show, Cheese worked hard to get some of the new merch up because I was hassling the shit out of it because I wanted some new shirts because this old, I've been wearing this UDU podcast shirt, or this UDU team shirt now for well over a year, and it's getting a bit ratty. So we did have the new rebranding that went ahead, and we do have some new items up in store. It's probably, I guess, and you might be able to get in time for Christmas just now. Get Granny or Grandpa or Uncle Jim or Auntie Nora an Upland United shirt or one of the Mochi's cushion. So yeah, if you head on over to merch.mve.productions, you'll be able to see the items that are now up. It's one of the jobs on my to-do list is to patch a link to this into the MVE and UDU websites. But yeah, there will be a link in the description. So yes, we have new shirts. There's 4 new versions of the shirt, actually. If you're listening on the Spotify, you'll have to go and check that out. I purchased all 4 of these, I think. 1, 2, 3,
Yes,
4.
you did.
I
Yes, you
did.
did. And
Yes.
I had to approve it manually because I'm doing it through Shopify. I'm doing like an adult thing instead of Redbubble to get better quality.
Yeah. And
so not only do they have the front, they have the back, and even for the cup, if you turn the cup around for Santa, you'll see a melted Santa face on the other side.
yeah, he's got his, I might be able to bring that up actually. I did get one of the shirts ready. This is my favorite shirt, is this one that has the small UDU logo on the front left kind of pocket, and then it has the big UDU logo on the back, because that's this was all inspired by my Time Bandit shirt, and that's pretty much looks exactly like that. So that's my favorite. No, that just put up the, maybe I got to click on it. Where is he? Where's old mate Santa? A bunch of my Santa NFTs of yours have sold recently too. So somebody's out there gobbling those up.
Yeah, those are actually pretty rare and wanted in the marketplace, to be honest. Like people are always asking me for them, and I'm like, dude, like they sold out.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, if the MVE shirt, it has a big QR code to the MVE website on the back, and just like the UDU shirts, I'll be able to show that as well. It has, Metaverse, NFT community, and a QR code for the website on the back as well. So yeah, I'm all about the double-sided shirts. So yeah, it was a lot more stuffing around for Cheese to set this up, because, previously we were on Redbubble, and that's very easy to set up. But so yeah, thank you, Cheese, for all the extra work and listening to me hassle the shit out of you to get that all up and ready to go. All right, we're going to wrap up the show. Oh, what have I forgot to do? I forgot to do the challenge. So last week, the weekly challenge was to get in the MV server, the UDU server, or in the YouTube comments, drop some ideas for potential segments for our How to UDU and How to Upland segments. Looking to kick those off again next year once we get set up. There were a few good suggestions come through. I think my favorite was from Joelives, who mentioned that maybe How to Upland, they could learn how to spell Australia. That was a good one. So yes, we had 6 entrants. So the prize pool under our new system is 6,000 UPX. Let's give that away, assuming I can press the right buttons. Not that one, this one. So we had Keith was on YouTube, I believe, Joe Leaves, Co Ninja, Finsky, Jazzy Jazz, and Kevin Loader all put in submissions for that. Oh, I think it's ticked over. Kevy. Is it Kevy or Kevin? I've been saying Kevin. Kevy Lotar. Congratulations. You've won yourself 6,000 UPX. Now, that was this week's. We got to set up next week's. And I have no idea what I put, because I did it in a mad scramble right before we press record. Yes, here we go. This week's challenge: in the MVE Discord servers contest channel or in the YouTube comments, let us know some ideas for snapshot predictions we can make in this year's Christmas show that we'll review and reflect on in the 2023 Christmas show. That's right. So I talked to Cheese about this through the week. So we're going to do this on the Wine and Cheese show and the UDU podcast. So for example, in the Christmas show, we'll kind of think ahead to, predicting what the highest net worth account balance is going to be in Upland at the same time, 1 year fast forward, or what the Bitcoin price is, this, that, and the other thing. So what are your ideas for snapshot predictions we can make? The Wine and Cheese show will focus on, the Metaverse, NFT, crypto thing as a whole, but the UDU podcast will stick to kind of Upland related stuff. So go in and drop your ideas there, and that'll be, like I said, in the MV Discord server, the contest channel. It's the only one with a trophy, or in the YouTube comments, and you can win yourself some UPX, just like Kevy Loader just did. All right, 1 million UPX wheels time. Now, Jazzy did patch through the who's going to play, and let me see if I can bring that one up. Not that wheel. This one, and it didn't reload. All right, now I got to remember, ask for a code phrase, because I can't pay this out twice. Is there anybody else who's in the chat now who wasn't in the snapshot? I'm feeling generous. D-Tech's in. Anybody else? Rob's in. Shaq. Zoe's not in the snapshot. Zoe, I'll patch you in. Hey, Zoe. Good morning. I don't think Zoe's there. Anyway, Zoe. Crypto Gerbers. Is Crypto Gerbers there? CPTO. I'm seeing something in chat. Can somebody give me the heads up on what's happening in chat before I press click? No. All right. Going once, going twice. All right, let's see who's going to play. Oh, it's a borderline one. Rob or Shaq. I think Rob might have it. He does. Rob, are you there, mate?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now I know you know how to play. Cheese, did you manage to get the wheels up?
I did. Rub
Thank
it like
you,
it's hot. Rub it like it's hot. Let's see.
My first time.
Your first time?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it slow.
And it's FIFA FIFA.
Ooh. You might be sick, but she's still on fire.
The first time I got Ben.
Cheese, you're fixed. Cheese is fixed.
All right, tell me when. Tell me when.
All right. And we'll go with now.
All right. Let's see if Rob can rob me. Five chances at 25K on the wheel. Oh, it's coming close. It's come up short. 1,000 UPX.
1,000.
All right.
What are you going to do, Rob? You're going to bank that UPX?
I'm going to try again.
Yeah, you time it, Rob. Time it.
I will. I'll try to. Anyway, we'll go with right now.
Oh, it's close. It's close. 3 chances at 50,000 UPX on this wheel. Oh, he's taking a boost. He's up. Oh, no. It's gone down. It's borderline. Down to 500 UPX. This one's a formality. Do you want to bank that 500 or are you going to go for the 1 million?
I'm going to have to go for it.
All righty.
All right. This one's a little different here. All right. 1 second. Yeah. We'll go now.
Oh, he's going for on the cheese. All right, let's see if we can give away 1 mil. There's going to be a lot of disappointed Christmas people if it goes off. Oh, look at that. He's won a cheesy.
I'm going to give you a wine and cheese anyway. You were so close.
Just missed the more cheese NFT, but she's going to hook you up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you much.
Alrighty, so 250 UPX on the way for Rob. 6,000 on the way for Kevin Loader. And I got to remember to send Finsky his 25K budget, which thank you for reminding me through the week, Finsky, because I completely forgot about that. So yes, I don't know what Finsky's cooking up. I think you're up to, what's the balance you got now, Finn? I think it's like 90K or something like that. So there's something going to drop for the UDU server as well. So keep your eyes out for that one. All right, Anthony, you want to wrap up on cheese? I'll throw to you one last time. You good? She might be at the back smoking a cigarette, I guess.
I don't smoke. No. Well, all right. So for the store, the merch store, like Shaq did, if anybody has any ideas of something they want, I will find it to get it in there. It's a lot more, how do you say, me putting stuff in there from like, merchants or whatever. So it's a lot more customizable. So just let me know what kind of, if there's an art of mine that you want to see in there, like the Mona Lisa or whatnot, I can get it in there for you.
Sure.
Yes. And Uplando mentioned in chat too, where is the UDU It's a Cult Thing t-shirt? I did want to ask Cheese, we got to get a long sleeve shirt option in there too. I'm a long sleeve.
Oh, they have? Fan. Yeah, definitely.
Do you know, do they do prints on the sleeves?
I could check.
Because I'd love to see, I'd love to see like the standard UDU shirt, but on the sleeves that'd have the Cult of UDU or something.
Are those shipped from the States, guys?
Yeah. It's actually the place I use is where my husband works.
Oh, awesome.
Printed Mint. So like I do it from Shopify, and then I get the items from where he works, Printed Mint, and the quality is so much better.
Yep.
Than the
Sorry, Ben. I would love prints on the sleeves too.
Yeah, that sounds cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm a mad fan of that. So I'll let you know. I ordered. When did I order that cheese? A week ago, was it? Must have been.
Yeah, and like what happens is they send me an email. So I have to do everything manually, and your stuff has been being picked since yesterday. So it's being like printed right on the spot and picked, and then they're going to send it right out.
All right. So I might get it in time to debut on the Christmas show. We'll have to see, depending on how backed up the old post office is.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's a good experiment.
All right. A reminder that to go in the running for the 1 million UPEX wheels, just like Rob did, you should be in the Zoom at the start of the show for the snapshot. You need to be paying attention in the middle of the show to catch a code word or phrase, which I didn't even ask. I didn't ask. So I have to double it.
He gets two. He gets two and more cheese NFTs. Ben.
And 500 UPEX. My gosh, that is going to burn me to a crisp one of these days. Holy shit. I'm surprised Jason. Oh, you did say it, did you?
I did, just on my own.
Oh, nice. All right. I'll double it up because I did bonehead me. Forgot to do it again. My gosh. All right. If you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, opportunities are available for sponsorship and engagement in the UDU podcast. Prices, I think, start at 5,000 UPEX. So, yeah, we don't charge an arm and a leg. We're all about just supporting the community. Contact myself or more cheese to discuss and secure your spots. All proceeds do go towards giveaways and prizes on the podcast. Like and subscribe, rate and review, spruik and spam, all of that good stuff. 2 more weeks till the Christmas show where that 1 million UPEX will be given away. And if you want it, well, you have to be in the Zoom. Alrighty, thanks again for Cheese for jumping in, even though she's crooked as a dog, as we say here in Australia. Wrap us up, Cheese.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
I don't know where the button is. There it is. Stop recording. Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the Metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready. Sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the Metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We've got saunas to fire you up, and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating, and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz, and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.